Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the previous videos that I recorded earlier. I'm going to be doing a vinyasa flow today, a hatha flow. Little combination of breath, movement. We're going to incorporate an ujjayi breath with the class today. So as you get ready, grab your mat, maybe a block for bringing the earth up to you. And again, we'll get started here. So finding a comfortable seat on your mat, go ahead and allow the tailbone to rest. The hands can come either down onto the knees or up for receiving. And closing the eyes. Let the crown of the head raise up towards the sky. And again, just breathing here. Take a deep breath in together. Inhale, receive your breath. And exhale, release the breath. Inhaling your breath. And exhaling the breath. Go ahead and start to scan the body, scanning the feet, the ankles, relaxing the elbows down towards your laps. We're going to start a breath of ujjayi breath, the breath of victory, and it's a small constriction of the back of the throat. As you receive the breath, inhale the breath, and then with a little constriction of the back of the throat, as if you're fogging a mirror. Inhaling your breath, inhale here, and exhale with a small constriction of the back of the throat. And sometimes we refer to this breath as ocean's breath. And drawing your attention in between your eyebrows, about 1.5 inches back near the pineal gland. We call this anja. It's the third eye. We'll do a couple more breaths on your own. And releasing the breath slowly. Try to maintain this inner stillness as we move through movement, through the asana practice, which is the postures of yoga. Slowly opening the eyes, and then finding tabletop. So as you find tabletop, the knees in between, the knees just below the hips, and the hands are open up in Hasta Bandha. The fingertips forward and the palms are soft. Shoulders are in and up and the gaze is down. And curl the toes under for your first downward dog. So let's bring the palms forward just slightly, and as we curl the toes under, lift the knees and keep a bent knee here. And just allow belly and thigh to touch. Drop the right heel down, keeping the left knee bent. And then walk it out. Go ahead and walk out your dog here. And then coming high on the heels, belly and thigh touch, looking like a little crouching tiger. And then lift the heels and drop the heels. Again, the heels may fall down onto the earth, or you might have a slight bend in the knees. And allowing the heart to come towards the thighs. Lower your knees down towards the earth. Know that you can always come into tabletop or child's pose at any time during the flow of the practice, and allow the forehead to rest. Couple breaths here. And then inhale, rise. As we rise, find tabletop. Pivot the tailbone up and open up the shoulders, the happy cow. As you pivot the tailbone under, scary cat. Do a couple of these on your own. Incorporating Ujjayi breath here. And then coming into tabletop. As you bring the hands towards the knees, raise the arms up overhead. Drop the hands down towards the mat as we come into a little upward or seal pose. Upward dog or seal pose is what we call this. And then exhale back into your child's pose. Back to tabletop. Happy cow. Scary cat. Rising up onto the knees, raise the arms up. Exhale, hands down towards the mat and into that upward dog seal, or you can go into Sphinx if this is too deep for you. And let's go through that flow a couple of times here. Into happy cow, scary cat. Raising the arms up towards the sky. And through the flow here. Go ahead and finish up your flow. And we'll end up in child's pose just for a few breaths. Inhale, rise back to tabletop, preparing for a downward dog. Curl the toes under, lift the tailbone up towards the sky, walk it out. Do what feels good for you here. Bring the feet together, maybe about a fist apart, and bring the right foot up, one-legged dog. So the toes are down, the hips are lateral. Bring the right knee and right foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. You can use a block here if you need to. Bring the hands down onto the earth, right leg back. And lower the right leg. And as we go into full expression of our downward dog, bring the left leg up, one-legged dog. And again, the hips are lateral, left foot is down or pointing down the toes. Bring the right or left foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. You can use a block, or you can just use the earth. Really hinge that heel back. Bring the hands down towards the earth. Bring the left leg back and lower the left leg down. Take a couple of breaths here in your downward dog. As you gaze in between the hands, hop or step up to the top of your mat and let the head hang. You can keep the knees bent if you need. And plant the feet. Inhale, raising yourself up slowly, belly in and up towards the spine, and find your mountain. And as you find your mountain, allow the hands to come down towards the side. The gaze is soft. The spine is tall. The crown of the head extends up. And inhale, raise the arms up, extended Tadasana. And bring the hands, maybe the thumb, rest on and in between the eyebrows, Anjali Mudra, as you slowly lower down with the thumb near the sternum. Relax and be here for just a few breaths. Find your Tadasana, allow the hands to rest towards the sides and find the stability in the earth. Inhale, raise the arms up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttasana. Allow the head to rest down, the crown of the head down. Fingertips onto the earth. Inhale, half lift, Ardhadrasana. Fingers on the shins, onto the knees, crown of the head forward, tailbone back. Exhale, forward fold. Palms down onto the earth. You can hop or step back into a plank. Shoulders over the fingers, or over the hands, I should say. And then as we exhale, you can lower knees into Ashtanga Namaskara with the chest lowering down. Scoop it forward, backs of the toes connect. Inhale, rise, low cobra. Extend the spine tall and long. Exhale, lower down. Hands near the shoulders, push it back into your child's pose. Be here for just a few breaths. Hands down onto the mat, tabletop. Curl the toes under, downward dog. Lift the hips, triceps up and in. And you can start to hinge the heels about 1/8 of an inch towards the sides of the mat. Blossom the tailbone up. Inhale, bring the right leg up, one-legged dog. Bend the right knee up towards the sky, open up the hip. Bring the right leg back to center and through and in between the hands, runner's lunge. With the slight bend in the back left leg, inhale, bring the ribs together. Really feel the torso engaged here as the arms rise, so they can go into cactus arms or up above, straight, depending on what you feel in your shoulders here. Open up your heart, really lift in high crescent. Bring the hands forward into drinking bird. Exhale, hands back behind you. Allow the shoulders to come away from the ears. Bring the hands down onto the earth. Engage the right thigh. Bring the left foot forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, half lift, Ardhadrasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to extended Tadasana. And gather that energy and place it back within you. Allowing the thumb to rest on the sternum in Anjali Mudra. Couple breaths here. Inhale, raise the arms up, extended Tadasana. Gather and then exhale, release here. Inhale, half lift, Ardhadrasana. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands down onto the mat, hop or step back into that plank. You can keep the knees high this time, or you can lower the knees. Chaturanga, lean forward, graze the ribs as you lower down slowly in Chaturanga. Find maybe cobra or upward dog. What is it that you need today? Exhale, push it back into your child's pose. Inhale, rise to tabletop. Curl the toes under, downward dog. Little sips of air here. Bring the left foot up. Bend the left knee, open up that left hip. Bring the left leg in between the hands, runner's lunge. Find your balance. Slight bend in the back knee, engage the ribs, high crescent here. Drinking bird. Exhale back. Release, let go. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands down towards the earth. Engage the left quad. Bring the right foot to meet the left. And let go completely. And then inhale, raise yourself up into half Ardhadrasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring the hands down onto the earth. Bring the left foot back. Virabhadrasana 2. As you extend through the crown of the head, spine is long. The left knee is pointing towards the second toe. Relax the arms, the gaze is soft. As we move into side angle, reaching through the fingertips and open up the left bicep. Extend the arm nice and long, and the gaze is soft, either down or up. We'll be here for a few breaths. You can use the block if you need to. As we extend the left arm up and over the bicep, really reaching through the fingertips, feel the left leg down on the earth. And then exhale back to center, back into your Virabhadrasana 2. As we reach forward, extended, reverse warrior. Exhale back to your warrior. Pivot, straighten the left or the right foot and pivot the right foot forward. Release the hands down towards your sides. As you pivot the left foot, prepare for Virabhadrasana 2. Really reaching through the fingertips. Extend the spine tall. And let the shoulders be below the hips. The gaze is soft. Couple breaths here. Extending forward side angle. This is where the block might come into play. Reach, extend through the bicep here. Open it up. Fingertips long and tall towards the sky. Reaching up and through side angle here. Coming back into that warrior, and then exalt your warrior here on the other side. Coming back into your warrior, straighten the left leg, pivot the foot, and come into your wide leg stance. Little sips of air here. And as you exhale, extend the arms out wide, going into a wide fold. Lead with your heart reaching forward. You can extend the arms down towards the earth. Continue to breathe here as you allow the crown of the head to reach down towards the earth. Couple breaths here. Now, if you want to do a little movement, go ahead and bend the right knee and extend over towards the right leg. Straightening the left leg here. And bringing yourself back to center. And over to the left. You can move over to the right one more time. And maybe over to the left. From here, coming back to center, walk the legs in just a little closer as you might take a bind. So the hands to the back side of the hips. You can extend the arms up overhead for a little stretch here. Continue to breathe as you stretch the hands up towards the sky, or keep the hands on the back. As you slide the hands down towards the ankles, towards the feet, a little wide leg dog, palms off the mat. Coming back to center, raise up halfway and bring the right hand onto the earth. So the right hand onto the earth. Let's go into a twist. Left hand on the left hip and twisting over towards the left. Now for some of us, it might be available if the hands are stacked or the shoulders are stacked to raise the left hand up. As you lower the left hand, let's unwind, coming out of the twist. Bring the left hand down. Coming back up and twisting in the belly, right arm and shoulder up. Extend the arm up towards the sky, really reaching with the fingertips. And then exhale, rotate back to center. Reach into a wide leg dog. As you walk the hands inwards towards the mat, you can walk the feet closer to each other, going into Malasana pose, into a little yogic posture here, yogic squat. As you lower the hands down towards the earth, extend the legs long in front of you. Spine is tall, legs are extended. Bring the arms out in front. And then exhale, hinging at the hips, coming forward towards the feet. And then just take little sips of air here as you come into your fold. And we're going to be here just for a few breaths. More in a passive yin pose here. Few breaths, little sips of air. And you can actually relax the toes, relax the back of the feet, relax the back of the shins. Got a few more breaths here. And as we slowly start to become aware of the toes, the fingers, we're going to engage the back, the belly as we rise slowly. Walk the hands up the legs, the thighs, the calves, the knees. And you might feel that aha moment here. Allow that stretch to just settle into the physical being here. And then as we bring the right foot to the inner thigh and the left leg extends long, you can use a block if you need to for under the right knee, or you can extend it long if you have any issues on the knees. Inhale, raise the arms and extend the arms. Bring the shoulders back inwards, and then exhale, little sips of air as you forward fold over the left leg. And we'll be here for a few breaths as we fold into this stretch. And just allow yourself to be here. Again, you can use a block to rest the head. And try to release any holding, any tension here in any of the places in the body that feel tight. And soften the back of the left leg. Let's be here for the next 2 breaths. As we inhale, reaching forward towards the feet. Give yourself one final stretch here as you walk the hands up towards the thighs, slowly rising the torso, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Be here just for a few breaths. And then bring that right knee into your chest. Bringing the right foot over the left. And then as we twist, we're going to twist over towards the knee that's bent and bring the right arm back. This is just like a kickstand here. Just going to allow ourselves to give ourselves a little twist. Let the tailbone move. And then exhale, release, and unwind here. Bring the right leg next to the left. It might feel a little longer. And bring that left foot to the inside of the thigh. And again, just allow yourself to make those adjustments so that the hips are lateral to each other. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. It might be a few inhalations and exhalations to get to your edge. And 2 more breaths. Inhale, rise, bringing the hands to the mat and walk your hands towards your thighs, slowly rising. And stack the vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time. Bring the left foot and thigh into the chest and cross it over the right foot or leg. And then twist. Let the tailbone move as you start to twist. Spine is tall, and let it just kind of happen slowly here. As you start to twist, moving into that position. As we massage the kidneys and liver here. Little sips of air here as you start to find your space in the twist. When you're ready, you can start to unwind slowly. Coming back to center. Bring the left leg back to meet the right. Be here for a few breaths. And then as we prepare to lay down onto our mat, find the center of your mat. Bring your knees into your chest. Let your knees come into your chest. Give yourself a nice good squeeze. Maybe roll the knees around in the sky as you allow them to open up the lower back, and then bringing the feet down onto the earth. Extend the arms out and drop the knees over to the left. Take the gaze over to the right. Try to relax the shoulders, soften the throat, send the breath to wherever it feels tight. Bring the knees back up towards the sky and drop the knees over to your left. If you need to move the hips over just slightly over to the opposite direction. So we're moving the knees over to your right and the hip slided over to the left. Sorry about that if I gave you the wrong direction there. Couple breaths here. Gaze is over to the left. Relax your shoulders. Just try to drop into this space here. Coming back to center. As you come back to center, bring the knees into your chest, the hips back to center of your mat. Hug your knees. Dropping the feet down onto the earth. Go ahead and release the legs all the way down onto your mat, preparing for our last final pose of Savasana. As you allow the feet to rest onto the mat, allowing the hands to rest onto the mat. Relax your toes and ankles. Take a deep breath in through the belly and send the breath down towards the mat. Allow the whole back of the spine to rest. Soften the back of the skull. And allow the shoulders to drop onto the mat. Relax your hands, fingers, wrists, elbows, and shoulders. And give yourself permission to be here for the next few breaths. Draw the attention in towards the breath. And imagine the breath rising from the end of the tailbone to the crown of your head. And watch the breath rise and fall. Allow the mind to be here. If there are any thoughts, let them float by like clouds in the sky. And just continue to breathe on your own. And give yourself permission just for the next few breaths to rest. As you slowly start to become aware of the physical body laying on the floor, temperature of the room, the rising and falling of your breath, slowly bringing attention to the fingers as they move, and the toes, rubbing the thumb across the fingertips. And gently start to bring movement to the wrist and the feet. Slowly moving the head from left to right hemisphere. Take your time. Stretching the arms up overhead and bring the knees into your chest, as if awakening from a restful sleep. And rolling over to the left or the right, and be in that fetal position just for a few more breaths. Knowing that you are this peaceful soul, as you rise up, use the arms and find your seat of honor. Bring the hands together in union, rubbing the hands. Feel the heat and energy of this practice of yoga. Place the hands on your heart or wherever they're drawn and give yourself thanks and praise. It's been an honor and pleasure to have shared this practice of yoga with you today. Om Shanti Shanti. May you have peaceful thoughts and peaceful words. And always peace and love in your heart. Namaste.